Good morning. Isn't it a good morning? When you have more area for light, natural sunlight to come into your environment. Sunlight recharges us. We're like, part of being us is positive getting sun. It's good. So I am hugely excited about these two windows going in. That was a very satisfying day yesterday compared to what is in the house. Got this one here that's half busted with a storm window and part of the house wrap around it. This one here is all dingy, half busted with plastic, half busted with plastic, just all terrible windows. So those, nice, clean, you can see through them. They're on the wall that's been totally dark since the day it went up. That is incredibly satisfying. Plus, it's one more milestone that's done. We're on the progress of installing windows. That's another major stage. So I'm excited. Today's project will be cut a little bit short. My buddy Ken that moved to South Carolina, he's back up for a couple of days. Unfortunately, a funeral in his family. But I'm going to go meet up with him tonight to go get my favorite pizza down at Power Office Pizza out in New Bedford. But for right now, I'm going to get started on starting to frame out this window and probably this window. We'll just see how far I can get. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time before I got to start wrapping up and shower and getting ready to go to head down there. So we'll see what we can do today. Imagine if I could get these two windows, even if they're just temporarily in, because that side I still have to wrap with Tyvek. So if I get the framing done, I can put the window in with a couple of screws and not like nail it in, tape it in and all that until I get the Tyvek on, because that has to wrap inside. But this side here, I can probably get fully installed because the wrap is out there. So let's see what we can do. Wish me luck. So, are you guys sick of hearing me complain about lumber? You look, this side here, nice and level. Look at the gap on this thing. That's almost a 1/4 inch narrower. And you look, see that side nice and straight? Look at this. Now tell me, am I being too picky, or is it too much to ask for the year 2025, almost 2026, less than a month, that we can't get lumber that's reasonably close to the same size as each other out of the same bundles? Like, come on. Like, I pulled this all out of the same lift, and it's the better quality stuff. And this is, it matters because, you know, like you're trying to put sheetrock up against this afterwards. If you get a 1/4 inch difference from one to the other, the sheetrock gonna dip in and bend in or pull the screws right through or crack or whatever. Like, ow! It's annoying. But I'm still on a high because of those windows. So I'm gonna carry that through, and I'm just gonna carefully select the different thicknesses of boards that might work or not work. And let's just take a reference on this real quick. So this one is 3 9/16 almost. And this one is 3 5/16. It's supposed to be 3 1/2. That's almost a 1/4 inch shorter, and this one's over 3 1/2. So too big, too small. It's going both ways. Whatever. Let's get back to it. Well, time to go outside and start taping the bottom and get ready to slide the window in. I had to make shims along both sides because the original window was wider, so I had to make 1.25 inch shims on the outside, and for the whole opening it was either rip out everything and reframe everything or make an 1.25 inch stud to put in here as an auxiliary jack stud as a shim. So I was able to add that, and then added 2 cripples down the bottom, one on each side, and then that plate was a little bit compromised on the corner, just a tiny bit, so I replaced that lower plate there, and then I had to shim that up 3/4 inch on the top, and that got us pretty much centered where I think when I put the window in, the tops of those that window and these windows should be dead on. Should be. Key, famous last words. So I'm gonna get ready and start going outside and start taping and installing. Exciting. Look at that, window number 3 in and done. That's pretty satisfying. I still gotta screw it from the inside, like getting the jambs perfectly square, but it's in and sealed up, and I figure I'll do all that shimming at once because it's kind of tedious. So I'd rather sit and I like doing things in like categories, like framing, flooring, walls, you know, type of stuff. And it just helps to not be going back and forth, getting your head in different games. So I figure I'll put them all in, and then I'll just go through and do all the fine tuning with the shims, put the side screws in from the inside, and just do them all at once all the way around the whole house. So I ain't got a lot of time left before I have to head south to meet up with my buddy. But I'm gonna at least get started with that window. Worst case scenario, I put a couple pieces of plywood over it and screw it up for the night. See what I can get done. Check this out. This isn't rot. That's a whole animal's chewed in, most likely mice, chewed in under around the trim of the window and all the way inside. And they started chewing on this side. That's pretty wild. That's pretty substantial. That's, you know, my puffed up glove. That's probably like a 2.5 inch opening there, probably a 5 inch diameter, 4 inch diameter. That's pretty wild. When we first got in the house, that was the first spot I saw a mouse come running out of, was right in the bottom of that wall. I knew there was something over there, but it was right up behind the trim. Like if you look at the bottom of the trim, it's still mostly up. Don't need. Yeah, you can see the trim's all there, but I'll show you with this setup. But from like the back side, you can see a little hole in the corner now that I've disturbed it. But it's all eaten out up inside. When they want to get in, they're gonna get in. Well, 2 more windows in. I know all you contractors out there saying, holy crap, I could be way faster than him. I guarantee you are. Just like I'd be faster than you doing mechanical work. But I'm super picky, and the house has problems, so like every time you go somewhere, like you find another rotted stud or whatever, and you're dealing with everything not being level, and I want everything to be level. So I'm being that picky customer, but I'm not a customer, so it's okay. So yeah, these things take time, but progress is progress. 2 windows yesterday, wrapped up 2 more today, and I'm pretty happy with that. Those are all nice and leveled out, all nailed in, all taped, flashing taped the right way. So there's these ones here, and go take a peek inside. Tripod in here. Yeah, how satisfying is that? I have natural sunlight coming in from multiple areas now. Like that's pretty good. Yeah, so I had to replace 1 extra stud in here, did the extra cripples and replaced that, and shimmed up both sides to get them back in where it needs to be. That's in. In my hands, I absolutely frozen solid, and clock's ticking for me to get down to my buddy's place. Well, down in New Bedford to get lunch with him. So I'm gonna go get to that. Hope you guys had a good day and a good week. It's Friday night, so you guys will probably be seeing this tomorrow morning. So happy Saturday. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and check in later. Probably more work tomorrow.